Hey everybody, welcome back to Todd Bosley's world famous YouTube channel. Kyle here from Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry, once again bringing you a really cool collection. This is not just one item, not just two or three items. This is 50 PSA 10 graded Garbage Pail Kids from the 80s, guys. These are the original series 1 through 3 and they're incredible quality. They're all PSA 10s. PSA 10 is a very hard grade to get when it comes to Garbage Pail Kids, because not only are they older cards that didn't have the quality they have today, they were sticker cards. Stickers peel, they fall off, and kids like to pull them right off. So to have a Garbage Pail Kid in pristine, perfect, untouched condition is very rare and hard to get. So here you have a huge selection of exactly that. PSA 10 Garbage Pail Kids. Now these vary in prices all over the board, so I'm not even going to bring any prices up right now. But these cards go for hundreds to thousands and thousands of dollars. So the prices are actually projected to only keep going up, because Garbage Pail Kids have always been known for controversy. Controversy surrounded them when they started, and it's kind of attached itself all the way through the years. They started back in like 1985 was when they first started making these Garbage Pail Kids, and they made them basically off of Cabbage Patch Kids. So if you were raised in that era, you should recognize the chunky cheeks and the head shapes of the Cabbage Patch Kids. So they took Cabbage Patch Kids and made their own parody Garbage Pail Kids, and their goal was to get the most disgusting, obscene, horrific kind of scenes and nasty things that kids would love to see. I mean, kids trading in school playgrounds and stuff was actually the reason why Garbage Pail Kids got banned in schools. They thought that it was being disruptive. Not to mention, you get certain weird cards circling your school ground, and all of a sudden people are calling people Greta Garbage. So your classmate Greta over there, and I start attaching the name Garbage to. And there are some pretty profane, nasty setups. So like this card here, Artificial Mitchell, and just a skin like scattered on the ground. So kind of obscene, nasty little scenes, but that's what the kids wanted. That's what was selling. So they made two variants of every card, A and B. So I'm going to pull up two different ones here. So on the right side here, we got 100B, and on the left side we have 100B as well. And let me see if I can find the matching. Okay, so these are both 100Bs, and they're both Marshy Marshalls. So you can kind of tell that. I'm going to put these guys aside and show you two that have different names. For example, right here, center and right in focus is A and B of Snooty Sam or US Arnie. So you see something different about this card, and I'll come back to in a second. But you can see up at the top they have the card number. So it's number 110, and this is the B. This is the A. They put the A right there, and obviously they have different names. But it's the same art style and same character. They just changed the names. And obviously one would be more rare than the other. A little bit of coloration difference on the butt back. You can see this one's a little more darker color. But I wanted to kind of key in on this one for a minute, because not only is it a Garbage Pail Kid, but this card in particular is signed by Robert O'Neill. You see right up here, Robert O'Neill. No other card has that fourth line, because they were not signed. All these other cards just have 3 lines. So you got the card, the card name, and then their stickers. And this one was a little different. You do the 4 lines because you got the name of who signed it, and it's a PSA DNA certified rather than just a PSA card. Obviously still Gem Mint 10, so you got a pristine condition card there. And it's signed by none other than Robert O'Neill, who, if you don't know who Robert O'Neill is, he is the Army or the Navy SEAL who took out Bin Laden. He's the one who shot Bin Laden and ended him. So pretty big deal. I imagine having that trophy to walk around with the rest of your life. But this guy, effectively ended that war. And this card alone, by itself, would be worth some money in a PSA 10, but you add that autograph on there, and it's only going to be worth more. And different cards are worth different values. For example, you got really popular cards like Atom Bomb and Evil Eddie that sell for $5,000 or more. You don't see those here in this set, but this has got to be one of, if not the largest PSA 10 collection of Garbage Pail Kids. All Gem Mint 10s, really good condition. You got special ones that are signed by the guy who took out Bin Laden. And to kind of give you a little bit of a background on these Garbage Pail Kids, after Cabbage Patch kind of caught on to what they were doing, they didn't want to be associated with them, and they didn't want their likeness stolen. So they actually took a court case, and they settled it outside of the court, and basically agreed that Garbage Pail would change their way they do their logo, and they would change their likeness a little bit. Not sure how much it really impacted them, but they settled it out of court, so it wasn't so bad. But it effectively, after 1989, they pretty much shut down. They stopped making cards for a long time anyways. But then they created a new series in 2003, and they ran that series to 2007. And then in 2010, they did a flashback set. So they did a bunch of cards that were redone from the original set. And then again in 12 and 13 they did new series, and then they're doing all kinds of chromatic series in 2013, 14, and 2020 to all the way up to 2022, I think. So those ones are brand new cards that, I mean, obviously Topps is the owner of them. You can see on the back of the cards down here, way back in 1985, Topps was the one who created them. And obviously they were one of the top, if not the top, trading card company back then. So to kind of capture their own kind of market was a big thing. But so they were in and out of eras and years. But one of the other controversial things about these guys is they actually, I forget what year it was, but they created a card in one of the newer sets called BTS Bruisers. Now, if anybody is familiar with this, BTS is a K-pop band, pretty popular, Korean pop music, and because Garbage Pail made this card, they actually the group actually, what it was the group in a whack-a-mole machine. So they would take a whack-a-mole machine and they put the heads of the whack-a-mole machine as the members of BTS, and the person who was whacking them with a Grammy. So because of the negative backlash they got from that, it was kind of seen as anti-Asian tone, so they decided to cancel the card, and they withdrew the production and everything. So ultimately they didn't make the card, but it was one of the cards they were gonna put in the production, and because of all that drama and controversy, they pulled it back, and it was just one more thing Garbage Pail Kids almost got themselves into trouble with. So I thought that was a little neat fact. But other than that, these cards are destined to go up in value. At least the old classic, like the 1980 set. Any of the newer ones, it's hit or miss. But these original Series A, B are all really good cards in good condition. You got to get them in good condition. If they're not in good shape, if they're nasty, worn down, got bends, folds, whatever, they're not going to be worth very much of anything. So just a reminder, if you guys have a binder full of these cards at home, doesn't mean you're going to be a millionaire, but you could be sitting on a nice pile of cash. Bring them into Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry. We'll sort them out, let you know what you got, and see if we can do anything with you and help you out. So I just wanted to, real quick here at the end, kind of go over all the cards real slowly so you can kind of see. And the one last story I wanted to tell you guys about Garbage Pail Kids is actually about Mexico. So ever since 1988, way back in 1988, Garbage Pail Kids have been banned in Mexico because they have a negative, or I forget how they say it, but they misrepresent minors in a ridiculous manner. and they don't like that. So they banned not just Garbage Pail Kids, but anything else like it that might, you know, portray children in ridiculous or obscene situations. So not just the Garbage Pail Kids, but anything like that with that kind of subject matter, Mexico's not going to allow to import or export. So these cards are great as long as you're not trying to trade them in school, and as long as you're not headed to Mexico with them. Really good way to put your money away. These cards are pretty much guaranteed to go up in value. They have climbed over the last couple years, and we believe they're just going to continue climbing. Now, as any market does, they may go up and down a little bit, but chances are the prices we're looking at now are way too low. So chances are they're just going to go up in value. And if you can get yourself a hold of some really good condition ones, whether they're graded or non-graded, if you got anything that is ungraded like this and you think it's in good condition, send it away, spend the money. You'll thank me later, because if you can get it graded and add a PSA 10, you could have a couple $1,000s in your pocket really fast. And it'll be worth that grade cost. So again, guys, if you have anything like this, whether it be Garbage Pail Kids or any other kind of trading card, gold or silver or anything like that, collectible, bring it in to us here at Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry, and we'll be happy to help you out. But again, guys, this is one of, if not the largest PSA 10 collection of Garbage Pail Kids. Thanks, guys.